And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2019 Thin Air Throwdown. My name is DJ Darkwing D.
And I'm Chesty LaRue. We're really excited to be joining you for what is sure to be a barn burner tonight, number 3 versus number 4 in the WFTDA rankings. Victoria Roller Derby League versus Denver Roller Derby Mile High Club.
It is going to be a slobber knocker. Now, the last time that these two teams faced was actually last year here at Thin Air Throwdown.
And they also played against each other at the WFTDA Championship in New Orleans.
That is true. I don't have that one. Oh, never mind. I totally missed that one on my list.
Yeah. So, VRDL and Denver have a short but very rich history playing each other. Denver has not beat VRDL yet.
They've gotten close, though.
Yes.
Last year here at Thin Air, Victoria won 207 to 193. Was a different story, though, at the WFTDA Championships, 202 to 129 in favor of Victoria.
Yes. Yesterday's scores, we had some really interesting matchups. VRDL and Gotham played. VRDL victorious for the first time in the history that they have played with each other. Gotham losing back-to-back games for the first time since 2005.
And on top of that, I can't remember the exact time frame, but it's been a while since they've even been held to under 100 points, and that has happened twice this weekend.
Mm-hmm. We also had Rose City versus Denver last night.
Yep, I was on that one.
178 versus 91.
So.
That was a really fun game to watch as well.
Absolutely. You know, we only have about a minute 10 left before the Derby action starts. Let's run down the roster, starting with Victoria Roller Derby All-Stars. Starting off number 07, Spinach. Number 10, Biceptual. Number 11, my Derby crush, Sarah Love. Number 130, Jesse Henry. Number 20, LaRage. Number 2806, Danny Darko. Number 4, The Slamazon. Number 4000, Anna Pave You Over. Number 46, Steel Thunder. Number 6, Kelly Walker. Number 66, Lauren Foote. Number 83, Curly Burley. Number 85, Bianca Sharetta. And number 9, Lethal.
And for the Mile High Club, we have number 151, Cotton. Number 20, Wilhelm. Number 212, Gothberg. Number 27, Gobrecht. Number 28, Barrett. Number 3, Copper Top Crush. Number 33, Klein is the alternate for this game. 37, Garten. 42, Blackman. Number 50, Scald Eagle. Number 505, Versbinski. Number 52, Andy. Number 54, Lady Trample. Number 91, Watson. Serbo. Number 98, Thorns. And number 99, Acres, who is your captain tonight. Number 65, Diosa Azteca is your alternate.
And it looks like we are getting ready to get the Derby underway. Your jammers, Anna Pave You Over and Scald Eagle. Action starts off, and immediately Anna finds that inside line. Scald Eagle is stopped up in the back. Lead jam is picked up by Anna.
Scald trying to get some offensive help from Barrett in the back as Anna Pave You Over re-engages with the back of the pack.
Doing a great job of jumping side to side, and it works to find just the tiniest opening, and there's first 4 points on the board. Star has come off Scald Eagle's head, but it's going to go right back on.
Scald is through on their initial pass. It's been a very tight pack for this first jam. Lots of concentrated defense.
Mm-hmm. It absolutely has, and a great little whip there as well using the jersey, and Anna's going to pick up 8 points total on that jam. Scald Eagle shut out.
A quick hug from between Lauren Foote and Lady Trample, jamming respectively for Victoria and for Denver.
Here we go, both jammers trying to find which line they want to take. Already a little contact out there. And there's the whistle. One goes in, one goes out. Who's going to get the out of the pack first? Right now it looks like Lauren is still trying to go outside now. Somebody's getting called on something. That is going to be a directional block on number 20, LaRage. And just like that, Lady Trample gets out of the pack, picks up lead.
Yes, Lady Trample is your lead jammer.
Lauren Foote takes the helmet cover off.
Victoria does have one blocker in the penalty box, in the S1 Helmets penalty box. So
that is correct.
They are short as Lady Trample is really trying to use her edge work to push apart that tripod.
Did she manage to stay in? She did. There's another 4 points. That's actually the first 4 points on the board for Denver. In the hand of Lauren is that jammer cover and makes it through. Meanwhile, Lady Trample picks up another 4 and calls it off. Okay, there we go. I was a little confused there for a second. His 4 points got put up for Victoria.
We do have a tied game right now. 27 minutes left in the first
This
half.
really should be probably one of the closest games that we're going to see all weekend.
And we still have a full day of games tomorrow. So
looks like Wilhelm jamming for Denver and Sarah Love for Victoria. Both jammers looks like they're trying to take the outside line, but first one through is going to be Wilhelm.
Sarah Love with a scoot on the inside line. She is through on her initial pass with a hard hit to Wilhelm's face, but she does get through and get some points up as the Victoria blocker that created that contact just gets into the penalty box for a high block penalty.
Yeah, that would be number 10, Biceptual.
On your Iron Octopus Fitness jam line, we have Scald Eagle going up against Anna Pavuova for Victoria. The last few times we've seen these two teams play, we've seen a lot of action before the whistle starts. That's not been the case so far tonight. This is a rematch of our first jam, and it is Scald Eagle who is your lead jammer.
Yeah, I'm going to flip that around this time, as last time Scald Eagle had a hard time getting through, but this time no problem at all. Picks up 4 points and now is 8-point lead for Denver.
Denver has had the lead jammer position 3 jams in a row now. We'll see if that is a momentum building or if Lauren Foote will shut that down and make that change. Lady Trample jamming for Denver Roller Derby.
There's the 5 seconds call. And see which way they decide to go. Lauren tries to find the outside. Meanwhile, Lauren takes the middle, now moving side to side. Through the pack is Lady Trample. And lead jam picked up once again, as it looks like number 85, Bianca Sharetta, is going to go for a multiplayer block.
And this is a rematch of our second jam. It looks like we're starting to see some rotations start to evolve. Lady Trample putting up 4 points on this pass so far.
And now Lauren Foote makes it through. 4 points picked up on the first pass and a full 4 picked up on the second pass. An 8-point jam for Denver.
Denver continuing to have those lead jammer designations afforded to their jammers. We see the advantage of that very quickly in our game. Your current score, 24 points for Denver, 8 points for Victoria Roller Derby League.
So here we go. We now have number 20, Wilhelm, and Sarah Love for Victoria.
Right now, it looks like Denver has a 3-to-1 lead jam ratio, and they're adding to that. It is Wilhelm that is your lead jammer.
And Wilhelm just making it look easy. I wish when I was jamming I could move like that. Just not in the books, though, as we see Wilhelm going left, going right. You have no idea where she's going to go, and makes it through, picking up 4. Sarah Love makes it through the pack now as well.
Midge had a couple of really successful jams last night, and so it's nice to see that momentum continue to day 2 of 3. It looks like both teams are sticking to that 3 jammer rotation. So,
well, we do have a new jammer this time, though.
Oh, we do. For
Victoria, number 07, Spinach, taking on number 50, Scald Eagle. Always nice to see a new jammer get in the rotation.
Always. And we do have both packs at full strength, so it's going to be real rough for these jammers, but that's why they get paid the big bucks, right?
Wait, people are getting paid for Derby?
Some people do. I never did.
I'm in the wrong profession, folks.
We pay to have fun.
Spinach makes it through the pack, picking up lead jam for Victorian. First time in a couple of jams.
That is the first time in, I believe, 6 jams that Denver does not have the lead jammer designation. Scald is really trying to dig her shoulder into that very strong wall.
And I just want to point out a huge hit there by Barrett. Knocked Spinach a little bit loopy. Spinach coming right back, though. Spins on her toe stops and picks up 4.
Denver only had 2 blockers on the track for a portion of that interaction, and they were successful at holding her for a few seconds before she was able to get through.
And a high block there called on number 4, Slamazon for Victoria. Scald Eagle makes it through, going to put the star back on.
A little bit of a waterfall hit on the line as Spinach is waiting to call off the jam, trying to use up some of that time.
Gives everyone a couple of seconds of extra breathing room, and that's never bad.
And so far, we have a high score for Denver Roller Derby right now. 30 points to 16 points on against Victoria Roller Derby League.
Lady Trample and Anna Pavuova are your jammers.
Victoria had their highest scoring jam in the last one. Anna Pavuova trying to get around on...
Oh, who got lead? And that is going to be Lady Trample picks up lead. They are actually able to recycle back in front of Anna. That's going to stop her up for just a bit, and a huge opportunity for Lady Trample to pick up 4 points before calling it. And there it is right there. Makes it look so dang easy.
Denver's rotation has been extremely effective so far in the first 10 minutes of this game. On the Iron Octopus Fitness Jam line, we Midge Wilhelm for Denver Roller Derby. It appears that it is Sarah Love jamming for VRDL.
There's the 5-second call.
Victoria does have a blocker standing, so they are not at full strength, but are very quickly as she re-enters the track.
And a forearm called there on Sarah Love, so we do have a power jam. First power jam of the night, or at least in this bout, as Wilhelm picks up lead jam.
That is the first jammer penalty of our game, so hopefully those can stay reduced, because it's always fun to have both of the jammers on the track. Midge with a little bit of a whip to try to get through the pack is hit to the outside by number 6, Kelly Walker.
Sarah Love coming back onto the track now. Power jam is done. Wilhelm doing a good job of staying on her toe stops, but can't get any forward progress and momentum and just gets stopped up. They're going to recycle her back now.
A fantastic braced wall formation. Sarah Love is doing her best to get those hips in between all of those blockers, but...
And...
2 penalties for Denver.
One of them was a forearm. I didn't hear what the second one was. I believe I heard a skater yell it was destruction.
It happens sometimes at the front.
Don't quote me on that, though. Hey, by the way, real quick, Declaration Brewing is the official beer partner of Denver Roller Derby and Rocky Mountain Roller Girls. Located in Denver near the Roller Dome, stop by to enjoy over 30 taps of deliciousness.
Declaration is one of my favorite breweries in town, so...
when we're back for Beach Champs, maybe we'll have to go get a beer.
We'll have to have some fun. You'll have the opportunity to see us again.
I'm looking forward to it. I've had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys this weekend.
You're pretty cool, Darkling.
And Victorian thinks I'm pretty. So
I heard.
Excuse me, I believe the phrase was fabulous.
It is Anna Pavuova who is your lead jammer for Victoria. Scald Eagle through on their initial pass. And Anna puts up 4 points for VRDL.
Still a really tight game. I mean, we're 10 minutes in. So far, only 58 points scored. Still Denver with an 18-point lead.
And so far, only one team has scored in each jam. The other has been held to no points. So that has been really interesting as well.
Lady Trample and Lauren Foote are your jammers.
Both of the Denver blockers have re-entered the pack with some hard hits to try to clear some space for Trample. But it is Lauren Foote who comes around the outside and is your lead jammer. This is the first time that Victoria has had back-to-back lead jammer designations awarded to them.
And pack is starting to move fast. Right now, Lauren is back into him, trying to get what they can. There's a couple right there. Still got 2 more to go through. One gets taken out, though, and calls it. 3 points picked up, but 2 as well by Lady Trample. So that would be the first jam where both teams have actually scored points.
Very exciting.
We've had this issue, actually, where we get these nice stats like, we haven't had any power jams or, one team scores and the other doesn't. And literally the next jam, that thing happens.
Oh, yeah. That
was the commentator curse.
This morning, the entire time that Coyote and I were on the call.
Oh, my Lord.
We were like, there's not been a lead jammer designation for Denver standbys at this point, right when it would happen. On the line, we have Andy jamming for the first time for Denver Roller Derby, but it is Spinach who is your lead jammer for Jam 12.
Andy does get through the pack as well.
Spinach is 2 for 2 in gaining that lead jammer designation.
Oh, man, Andy gets taken out on the far side, so they're going to take a minute to call it, and there are 4 points picked up by Spinach.
That was a very long pack.
That really was.
Andy hit to the inside, having to recycle back to turn 1.
Meanwhile, Spinach is already back into the wall of Denver. And we hear a whistle, waiting to hear what the penalty and who that is on.
It looks like it is one of the blockers for Denver Roller Derby. That is number 212, Clam.
That is Gothberg. It says Clam on her jersey, though. So we had that issue last night on a couple of skaters.
It happens.
Oh, Lord. So anyway, Spinach still trying to push through. Meanwhile, Andy has not been able to put points on the board just yet. Right now, everyone is just kind of stopped behind, and we're having a big defensive battle as Spinach gets knocked out and is going to get recycled back. Going to go ahead and just call it, though. Picks up 4. There's 4 for Denver as well. A net gain of 4 points for Victoria.
The pendulum has swung. We've seen Victoria Roller Derby League get 3 lead jammer designations in a row.
And while we have a timeout, hey, let's take a quick second to thank one of our great vendors. Skate Rats is a specialty skate shop that carries everything you won't find in the mall shops or most skate shops. They cater to roller derby and old school skateboarding. If you're looking for roller skates, safety gear, or reissued and hard-to-find skateboards, check them out in downtown Loveland. Or, hey, if you're here, go check out their booth that they're closing up. I actually got the chance to go check out their booth earlier. They got a lot of really cool stuff. They got a fanny pack that I want to buy, but I'm waiting until tomorrow.
I'm actually going to drop off my skates to them to get new boots put on.
Oh, nice! I need to get new boots. I'm still on my darts.
Oh, you do need to upgrade. Skate Rats is right there. They could help you with all of your gear needs.
They absolutely can. But I'm paying for the flight to come down here again in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So, yeah. You know what? I got contacted to do this bout, do this weekend. And then just a couple of days later, after I'd already booked everything, I got an email saying, hey, can you come do Beach Champs as well? It's in Denver in 2 weeks later. Why not?
We're a pretty fun time.
My team immediately was like, you're doing this, right? You're doing it. Yes, shut up. You're doing this.
It looks like neither team has had wildly large scoring passes. 8 has been the most that either team has scored in any jam.
Gothberg, I did the same thing, is going to come out of the box, get a little bit of offense, but Sarah Love makes it through, and Wilhelm still stuck in the back of the pack. They're trying to knock her out.
She's trying to get a little bit of offense
almost a successful apex jump by Sarah Love, and that is going to be Gothberg going back to the box as well.
Right as Denver is trying to give Wilhelm a little bit of offense, 2 blockers were sent to the penalty box. So Denver's a little short right now in their defensive wall. And that is making it really easy for Sarah Love to get that apex jump and match the high point mark.
Yeah, we are at 8 now for Victoria. And it looks like both blockers coming out as Sarah Love picks up another 4. And Wilhelm now makes her way through and is on the chase.
A very successful jam so far for Sarah Love.
And looks like trying to find that number, but that is the pivot for Victoria is going to the box as well. Heading on over to the S1 Helmets penalty box.
That is number 2806, Danny Darko.
And another penalty now over onto number 3, Copper Top Crush. That is her second penalty this jam.
Yeah, and she's had 3 overall, I believe. A little bit of penalty trouble for Denver right now.
And Wilhelm did make it through and picked up 4. So far, 12 for Victoria, though.
VRDL, Sarah Love is in the penalty box right now for a forearm penalty.
100% missed that.
Yeah, so that helped to stem the bleeding a little bit. It is going to be a power start for Denver Roller Derby as Sarah Love does have a little bit more time to complete that penalty. That was the highest scoring pass for either team, though, 15 points before Sarah was sent to the penalty box.
And just like that, we've already seen a swing back as just a 2-point differential between these teams right now. Eagle is going to go ahead and get a bit of a head start, tries to jump into it. A directional call on Gobrecht, but Scald Eagle makes it through and picks up lead. Sarah Love is standing, gets a quick bit of water.
Eagle with a great shoulder hit to try to break apart that very strong tripod wall as number 6 Kelly Walker was holding the bridge until the pack collapsed. And Sarah Love is through on their initial pass as well.
What actually happened there is she took a hit, fell down, and kind of just crawled through the pack.
It happens.
They call it a no pass, no penalty. And at the end there, Scald Eagle picks up 4.
It's the first time that Victorian has been held scoreless in the past 4 jams.
Oh, wow.
Your current score, 52 points for Denver, 46 for VRDL, 11:56 left in this first half. Very fast-moving half so far.
Absolutely. I can't believe we're already almost 20 minutes through it.
Lady Trample jamming for Denver, Anna Pavuova jamming for VRDL. Anna was very successful in their last jam.
See if they find any success this time as Lady Trample out front, spins around on the inside, stays in bounds. Lead jam once again for Denver Roller Derby, the Mile High Club. And that is going to be a high block onto Anna Pavuova. Another opportunity for Denver to start to run away with the lead.
Lethal with a hit to the inside is making Lady Trample recycled back to in between turn 2 and 3.
Yeah, did a great job of getting those hips
one and
back.
2, excuse me. Yes, a wonderful job of really utilizing those hips to save their point.
And just 2 more to go through as we do see Danny Darko once again going back to the S1 Helmets penalty box. The jam is going to be called, and 4 total picked up for Denver Roller Derby. Still in the box is Anna Pavuova.
Yep, so this is going to be another power start for Denver Roller Derby. Midge Wilhelm on the Iron Octopus Fitness jam line.
And a comment from the Twitch chat, winner's coming. That was a fast backward skating by Lethal. That was just amazing, being able to get back like that. And that really forced the Denver Jammer to just go back even further. We're starting things off now. Wilhelm on the jam. Right as the whistle starts, Anna Pavuova is out of the box as well.
A little bit of crowding between our defensive walls and a great hit to create a little bit of space, but Denver recycles right in front of Anna.
Yeah, props to number 99 Acres of Denver Roller Derby. She was the one that put the hit onto Anna Pavuova and just kind of stood her up, and both of them kind of not giving an inch.
We are at the pretty much at the 50% space mark. No lead gym designated. but it is now Anna Pagova who is your
as
lead.
we have a multiplayer that was called on Wilhelm. So now an opportunity for Victoria.
Yes. Only 10 points separate these two teams.
Thorns out in front, tries to stop him back as they go ahead and call it off. 3 points picked up as a no pass, no penalty is called as well for Anna. 56-49 now with 9:08.
We've had a lot of action.
Really, we have.
Over the past couple of minutes.
And some of these jams have just been going so short. We're coming up on the 17th jam with 9 minutes left.
That last jam stopped the streak that Denver had scored in the past 5 previous jams. It is Curly Burley who is jamming for Victoria.
And they're doing a great job of just pushing through. Lots of intensity by Curly Burley, and they end up picking up lead. Still in the box is Wilhelm. Not even standing just yet. Curly Burley is pushing on the outside line. Still continuing to go. Only 2 to go through. Finds a hole open in the middle, and there's 4 for Curly Burley.
It looks like Wilhelm was assessed a misconduct, so they're currently serving 2 penalties.
Curly Burley back to the pack, finds the inside line. A big hit right there from number 3, Copper Top Crush.
I've experienced that personally. It is not very fun.
And Wilhelm comes out of the box. There's 4 more picked up for Curly Burley, and out through the pack is Wilhelm.
And we have a lead change. Curly Burley very effective in this jam, really making Denver work to try to save some points. 8 points earned so far.
And this is Curly Burley's first time at the jam line this game. And they were the perfect person to put in there. They've scored 8 points and now taken a 1-point lead. As you said, we finally had another lead change.
It's an example of a great adjustment. Made. Good coaches will assess the situation, will make those changes, and this is proof that Curly Burley is having a wonderful jam so far.
Absolutely. Picks up 12 now. Wilhelm, this is a scoring pass. As one Victorian skater does fall, there is 4 points on the board for Denver. Curly Burley on the far side, though, only 1 more to get through. There it is, picks up 16 points total for this jam. A 12-point pickup over Denver right there, 65-60 in favor of Victoria.
And that was the highest scoring jam of any jammer so far in our game. A lead change. Victoria Roller Derby League on top with 65 points. Denver Roller Derby with 60.6 minutes and 30 seconds and change left.
Hey, we said it was going to be a close game, and they have not proven us wrong, and I appreciate every single one of you out there for that. We do have Spinach and Scald Eagle are your jammers. A multiplayer called onto number 85 of Victoria. That is Bianca Sharetta.
Scald hit to the outside, having to recycle back, but Scald Eagle's able to stretch that pack out a little bit. It looks like Spinach is still being hit to the inside and recycled back again. And Scald is your lead jammer.
Scald back through, just a quick kick turn. 4 more points as just once again to a 1-point game.
And there is a comment on the chat that Curly Burley aged up through Canberra Roller Derby's juniors program.
And there was actually oh my gosh. So here we go. We're going to be on a 2-minute jam as a track cut was assessed. No, a track cut just now assessed to Slamazon, who took the star pass. Scald Eagle got a penalty as well. I didn't see what that was. But Scald Eagle is coming out, and Slamazon going to be coming right behind her.
It's a second 2-minute jam of our game so far. We've not had a lot of consecutive jammer penalties, so.
And a forearm assessed on Victorian blocker, Spinach, number 07. Now a blocker, did start off as the jammer, but passed off to Slamazon.
Scald Eagle.
A forearm called right there as well. Started to interrupt onto Kelly Walker.
Scald Eagle through, puts up 8 points so far in this jam. Slamazon, now that they have re-engaged and are back on the on the track has not been able to score points, but now they're recycling. Scald Eagle back to, and it looks like the pivot line, the skate routes pivot line. We do have another lead change that has occurred at this point. Denver Roller Derby on top by 1 point.
Hey, real quick, another one of our great vendors out here. DeathAndGlorySkate.com is a new quad shop and gear website, bringing more fun to Colorado and all of North America. Death and Glory have years of boot fitting experience and offer a fun, recreational experience every time. Visit their booth at Thin Air Throwdown and check out DeathAndGlorySkate.com. As it looks like we have an official review.
As a little do-si-do action is happening, a little dancing between Sarah Love and Lady Trample, a little chatter on our feed. Lots of previous league notes. Slamazon uses GM for Hobart City, and Convict City Rollers, Shreds, and Slam were golden, I see.
I apologize for laughing. We have on our little screen here as well. Twitter is Coach Grant Fan Club at the Derby Apex says VLDR Star Pass, and it is a GIF of Keanu Reeves going, whoa.
A good old Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure GIF.
Oh my gosh!
Never hurt anybody.
They finally finished filming Bill and Ted 3.
I cannot wait. We're gonna harken back to some older times with some of the movies that are coming out soon.
Yes. Hey, real quick, while we have the chance, while we're waiting on this official review, I got some people watching back home, and I want to say hi to them. My team back in Paducah, Kentucky, the West Kentucky Rock and Rollers. They're out at our one of our president's house, Peaches and Creamia. They're watching on the big screen. It is the end of the year barbecue. Thank you all for your support. Love each and every one of you, and I can't wait to see you all at practice on Wednesday.
Thanks for letting us borrow Darkwing for a little bit. Let's give them a little wave, as they're probably had a. You mentioned they were at a barbecue, so I hope they've had a good day. We have had 4 lead changes, by the way, in the past few minutes. And we want to make sure that we take a moment to shout out another sponsor, S1 Helmet Company. The S1 Lifer helmet. Best fit plus best protection equals made for roller derby. Get a lifer and be a lifer. I'm not just a fan. I'm a personal user of the S1 Lifer helmet. Thanks for protecting my noggin, S1.
So it looks like they have worked it out. They're giving the final word. We're going to get word right now on what exactly it was. We'll be back with you in 2 seconds. All right, so it looks like Victoria was looking for an additional penalty on the Denver Jammer for standing too early in the box. But as it turns out, the penalty box timer actually stopped the clock, so no additional penalty will be assessed. Meanwhile, Lady Trample makes it through, picks up lead.
In the 7 or so seconds that you had explained that official review. So it is Sarah Love that is still waiting to push through, break apart that Denver wall. They are not on their initial pass yet. Or they're still on their initial pass. They're not scoring yet.
Lady Trample picks up 4 points, as we did have a Victorian blocker penalty. And it looks like Sarah Love is going to be crushed back. Meanwhile, up front, Lady Trample spins around the final blocker, number 20, LaRage, the captain for Victoria, and picks up another 4.
And that ties Denver's high score of 8 points in a jam, and she breaks it right there. Now it's Denver's high score, 12. We'll see what results at the end of this jam, because Lady Trample is making effective work.
Kelly Walker out of the box now as as Sarah Love made it through the pack. They're going to call it off, and on that final pass, 1 more point for Scald Eagle.
And it appears that there is a Denver roller derby blocker that is in the box for a track cut penalty.
Looks like Gobrek, number 27.
13 points for Denver Roller Derby, Lady Trample breaks their high water mark for a high-scoring jam, 13 points. Midge Wilhelm jamming for Denver Roller Derby, Lauren Foote jamming for VRDL. Walker and Akers in a little bit of a stronghold battle in the back of the pack. Both of them have started to re-engage with the pack rather than with each other, as this is a very long pack again.
And Lauren Foote picks it up. That was actually really close to being a no pack there, but barely keeping it together as Lauren makes it through. Gobrek is out of the box, and a quick inside move and a little hop. Lauren Foote picks up another 4.
Wilhelm still trying to utilize that offense, hops on the inside line, but is going to the penalty box on a track cut.
Wilhelm with another penalty.
A little bit of trouble today.
She's had quite a few, as we see Gobrek going right back to the box as well. Both these players really got to watch out for those penalties, otherwise they're going to be out of the game sooner rather than later. Ooh, a big hit there as a couple of Denver players actually collide as well. Akers with another big hit, trying to stop them. They got a bridge. Only one more to get through. Akers is the last one, and that is going to be a blocking with the head, and Akers going to the box.
Akers going to the penalty box. Midge Wilhelm still in the penalty box. This is going to be a power start for Victoria Roller Derby League. It is a 2-point game right now. This might be the last jam of our first half.
We do want to thank our sponsors. Left Hand Laser Studio offers a variety of laser treatments, customizations to meet your needs and budget. If you're looking to break free from shaving, waxing, or tweezing, check them out at www.lefthandlaserstudio.com. Anna Paviover and Wilhelm are your jammers. Wilhelm still in the box, so that's going to be a quick start there for Anna Paviover picking up lead. There is the end of the power jam as Wilhelm and Gobrek both coming back in. Meanwhile, while we're trying to look at people coming back in, Anna just jumps right through everybody.
Midge Wilhelm with the spin is through on their initial pass as Anna Paviovo has taken the lead for VRDL. 87 points to 81.
Just pushes right through. Just finds any type of opening and powers through. Great job there by Anna. And through as well is Wilhelm for 4 points. An 8-point advantage, though, this jam for Victoria, and make that a 12-point.
Anna Paviover, this is the high water mark for Victoria Roller Derby. Matches their high-scoring jam mark so far. A hard hit from Copper Top Crush.
And that's going to be the end of the jam. Victorian picks up another 2, 18 points, plus 10 points over Denver in a net gain on that last jam. Sends us into intermission, 97-98.
Well, we've had a very action-packed first half.
Oh, absolutely.
As we look, fun fact, did you know that Midge Wilhelm is a 5on5 magazine contributor?
I did not.
As a subscriber, I am personally pleased to recognize that. She answers the questions for our Ask a Jammer article in each issue. Thanks for the shout-out, 5on5 Media. We have had 5 lead changes in the first half.
That is amazing. And another one just coming on that last jam. Once again, we're going into the half, 97-98. We could not have asked for a better game to finish things off on a Saturday night.
Wonderful. And when we look at the lead jammer designations, 11 for Denver, 10 for Victoria Roller Derby League. So not just evenly matched on the track, but in the stats as well.
Yep. So, hey, we're going to take a look at some of the stats here in just a bit, collect ourselves. We're going to take a quick break. You are watching Thin Air Throwdown 2019. I'm DJ Darkwing D.
I'm Rue. We'll be back in a few minutes for our second half.
I will cut in constantly.
You got it.
Oh, hey, they caught the end of our conversation. Welcome back to Thin Air Throwdown 2019. I'm DJ Darkwing D.
I'm Chesty LaRue.
And it has been an exciting night so far in our final game of the evening. 97-89 in favor of Victoria. Victoria took the lead back, the fifth lead change of the bout. Took back the lead on the last jam, scoring 18 points to Denver's 8.
Mm-hmm. And so it'll be interesting what kind of halftime speech coach rallies are that the teams are going through right now to see what kind of energy we got in the second half. First one was very action-packed. Looking at some of the stats, we had some regular jammers that were very effective, and we had one jammer who had the high water mark for Victoria Roller Derby League. That was Curly Burley.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at chat, and yes, Let's Go to the Mall is a classic banger.
It really is. Robin Sparkles is everything. We love Robin Sparkles.
Can we pull that up for the stream?
maybe,
okay, I'm
maybe
getting told
some
no.
copyrights. It happens sometimes.
Anyways, hey, you got more stats, sorry.
Yeah. It looks like the most effective jammer was Lady Trample for Denver.
I can 100% believe that. So, hey, real quick.
Yeah.
We want to thank one of our sponsors once again, Spirit Hound Distillers. Situated in the beautiful foothills of the Rocky Mountains, Spirit Hound Distillers is producing the highest quality handcrafted spirits. Spirit Hound embodies the enterprising character of the Old West with a passion for fine spirits and a hardworking can-do attitude. Thank you again to Spirit Hound Distillers.
Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of action on the Iron Octopus Fitness jam line.
We do. We still have a minute left on the intermission clock, though, but everyone's lined up. Some of the officials getting back in order. And, hey, you know what, real quick, Derby Without Borders is a charity project dedicated to smashing the barriers of accessibility to roller derby around the world. They provide leagues with coaching, support, and equipment. Derby Without Borders will have equipment donation booths at all WFTDA playoffs and champs this postseason. So bring your gently used gear. Find out how you can help. Visit derbywithoutborders.org.
We have Lady Trample on the Iron Octopus Fitness jam line. Looks like Lauren Foote on the line for Victoria Roller Derby League.
Speaking of Iron Octopus, did you know that they have balanced training for lifelong athletes? I love that segue there. Iron Octopus Fitness exists. It helps that I do this for a living. Iron Octopus Fitness exists to help skaters focus their training, manage their schedules, and prioritize rest to get the most bang for their buck.
Thank you, Iron Octopus Fitness.
Absolutely. All right, intermission is over. And we're going to get things going here in just a second. Like my wonderful co-host, Chesty LaRue, said, Lady Trample, as well as Lauren Foote are going to be your jammers to start the second half. Both of them just plowing into the line to start things off.
Yes, it looks like a rugby scrum from this angle.
It really does.
Before a actual roller derby jam, but it is Anna Pavuova.
Anna picks up.
It says Anna Pavuova on the.
That is no. It is Lauren Foote.
Lauren Foote. We were right. Okay, it's good.
They are going with the fast pack as well, and even with the speed that Lauren has, not able to do much just yet. Even the referees having to drop back. Nobody able to get to the pack just yet. Still pushing and pushing. A little bit of jostling from the blockers as well. Onto the outside. Finally gets Lauren Foote. Picks up how many? Just 1 point.
That was a lot of energy expended for 1 point.
Absolutely. And this is something that I mentioned in a game earlier today. This is the thin air throwdown. The air is very thin here. It goes to show just how great their conditioning is to be able to do that and just go and go. I am a 5K runner. I work out a lot. I was winded running across the street from McDonald's to my hotel room just to not get hit by a car. Oh, hey, we're back. Oh, man. As I waved, they took us off. So anyways, Anna Pavuova and Scald Eagle are your jammers. And Anna's going to get out front lead jam for Victoria.
Scald Eagle does get through on their initial pass. Or actually, it's a multiplayer block.
Oh.
Scald Eagle is headed to the penalty box. Just as Anna Pavuova is hit to the outside and does have to recycle. It was a multiplayer block for Scald Eagle.
And that's something really interesting. A multiplayer block on a jammer isn't something that you see a lot, but we've actually seen a ton of it this weekend.
Yeah. This is a power jam for Anna Pavuova. Taking advantage of that opportunity, puts 4 points onto the board for VRDL.
Hashtag announcer fun fact. Thank you, Athena.
We try.
That is going to be the end of the Power Jam. Scald Eagle making her way back to the track. And no, Anna's actually going to go take a seat. That was
a
forearm penalty. So here we go, a 2-minute jam as Scald Eagle has now made her initial.
It looks like Akers is trying to help with some offense, break apart.
Right now the goal is just push.
Mm-hmm. Scald hit to the inside, has to recycle to the back of the pack.
Anna is standing now.
This is the first 2-minute jam of this half. Only the third of the game.
Oh, wow.
Not a lot of concurrent jammer penalties.
No, really, jammer penalties is something we haven't seen a lot of this game. I don't have the stats in front of me, but probably only 2 or a little bit more than that, maybe 3 or 4 jammer penalties this entire bout.
Midge Wilhelm did have some penalty trouble in the first half, and did have to serve a double penalty for a misconduct violation.
And LaRage is going for a high block and an illegal block as well for Slamazon.
Victoria only has 2 blockers on the track right now. Wilhelm back on the track for Denver Roller Derby. It is Sarah Love jamming for VRDL.
And Victoria is going to be starting 2 blockers down. It's not stopping them so far, though, as they're doing a great job of blocking Wilhelm. Illegal contact is called. That is going to be the 3rd blocker out. And immediately right back on the track, that was Biceptual. And Wilhelm picks up lead jam. That is the first Denver lead this half.
Mm-hmm. Sarah Love is through on their initial pass. The pack starts to move quickly. Midge Wilhelm trying to get to those 2 points in addition to those that are in the penalty box. Puts up 4 points for Denver Roller Derby. The first points of this half.
Yep. Wilhelm right there as well, plowing right into Bianca Sharetta. Bianca is not an easy person to move around, and Wilhelm did a great job of just running face first into her and getting around him.
Lady Trample jamming for Denver. Lauren Foote jamming for VRDL. I believe this is a repeat of our first jam of the half.
Lady Trample out front, pushing up and up. Meanwhile, in the back, Lauren Foote having a hard time. Just 2 more to get through. They got to watch out. They got a bridge. There is the bridge. Only 1 more to go through now. There it is. Out of play. Lady Trample with lead.
And now that is 2 in a row for Denver.
Lady Trample is on a scoring pass. Only 2 more to get through. 1 more now goes down. I'm not sure if they got the full 4. No, only 3. They were able to get past Lethal there, who got knocked down at the end.
Lauren Foote was picking up speed at the end of that jam as they went through on their initial pass. We're about to be on their scoring pass. Some great awareness, as always, by Lady Trample.
Scald Eagle and Spinach are jammers now.
Bobby wants us to make sure that everybody realizes it's a binary score right now on the board. 110 points for VRDL, 100 points for Denver Roller Derby.
Bobby's always got those fun facts. We were sitting up in the corner a couple of games ago chatting, and every once in a while he'd go, hey, is that score divisible by this?
I love it. 3s, 4s, 7s.
24 is one of them. Spinach made it through first, but gets called on a forearm. So this is going to be a power jam as Scald Eagle made the initial and is lead jammer.
Denver doing a great job of holding a blocker to the back of the pack, making it a little easier, hopefully, for Scald Eagle to be able to get around the
gotta watch those multiplayers.
Still on the track for VRDL, as they do have a blocker in the penalty box as well.
That is going to be a high block assessed on number 4, Slamazon. There is the call-off. 4 points picked up for Denver, as it is a 6-point game now.
VRDL with a full penalty box right now. We do have a couple of players standing for VRDL. The pivot for Denver Roller Derby is also in the penalty box. Lady Trample is going to have a power start for Denver Roller Derby.
Hey, real quick, while we have a second, we want to thank one of our sponsors, Jody Tulloch of Trinity Therapeutic Massage and CBD. Jody specializes in TMJD, headache therapy, deep tissue, athletic massage, and vacuum cupping. She also offers a complete line of CBD topical products for pain management and relief.
Lady Trample is your lead jammer. Spinach has completed their penalty, re-engaged with the pack, and now is trying to get through on their initial pass. Lady Trample with an effort on the inside line, trying to apex jump, does have to recycle back behind that wall for VRDL as she calls off the jam.
Yeah, Spinach made it through as well. 2 points picked up for Denver, a 4-point game now.
And that is the 4th lead jammer designation in a row for Denver Roller Derby. The pendulum swings again. We're starting to see some of that momentum building. Maybe not as many points, as we've had some pretty quick jams in this first part of our second half, but very effective so far.
I 100% agree, Matt. He was talking about love the sportsmanship between the two teams. And that's one of the things I love the most about roller derby is just how much sportsmanship there is. Everyone, it's like Will Ferrell in, what was that basketball movie?
All Pro or
Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro.
Yeah, the number one rule, everybody love everybody. And,
Amen.
And right there, Wilhelm makes it through. It is going to be a power jam as Anna is going to the box.
I did not catch what the penalty was. I apologize.
Bobby missed it too, so we're good.
It's
if Bobby missed it, then everybody missed it.
Was there a penalty if Bobby missed it? It is Wilhelm scoring points for Denver Roller Derby. We have a tied game right now. 110 points even all around.
Possibly was a forearm, but we're not too sure.
Another binary score, yes, lots of ones and zeros.
And that's the end for the Power Jam as Anna comes on out. Still on their initial, though.
Some great braced wall formations for both teams. Crush gets that hit all the way to the line, and Anna still trying to get through on their initial for this jam as Midge is making very quick work, as she's apt to do.
And Anna has made it through as well. Wilhelm picking up 12 points this jam, now an 8-point lead for Denver.
And
they're not going to stop the end yet.
Change as well. 6 lead changes.
And it looks like Wilhelm got knocked out, decides to call it. It was going to be 2-1 on that last pass. So 14 for Denver and 3 for Victoria. And timeout has been called by Victoria. Do you want to take this time as well to thank another one of our wonderful vendors, Body Breakdown Movement and Nutrition, Patrice Blue Jackson. That is from massage to pre-workout drinks, cold therapy to electrolytes. Patrice provides bodywork and supplements for all. Patrice strives to provide the best bodywork and supplement assistance for skaters, staff, and spectator needs.
Thank you, Patrice Blue Jackson, for all that you do. I've seen quite a few skaters taking advantage of their services today. A quick stat, Midge Wilhelm has broken the high score mark for a single jam 4.
Really?
Denver Roller Derby with 14 points. VRDL's is at 18 points. And that was right at the end of the half with Anna Pavuova in that last jam.
Timeout is over. We're going to get things started once again. It is Scald Eagle.
And Sarah Love.
And Sarah Love.
We all have our dream boats.
Be still my beating heart.
I'm just here for a good time, you know? Non-discriminatory love here.
I wonder if Sarah thinks I look fabulous, too.
I bet she does. I have a feeling.
I was in the bathroom just combing my hair. I knew I was going to be on here, and one of the Victoria skater comes up and looks in the mirror at me and goes, "Yep, you look fabulous."
Which is, it's hard to see in those mirrors in the bathroom. It's like middle school all over
again.
It
really is.
That weird, like, polished plastic. We do not have a lead jammer at this point, as...
Lethal going to take a seat as well for a directional. And Sarah going to go take a seat for a forearm call, a power jam for Scald Eagle. This is really the opportunity to get a huge advantage on the lead as we are under 20 minutes to go left in this bout.
Scald Eagle hit to the outside by to the inside by Lorage, captain for VRDL, but it was momentary. Scald Eagle puts up 4 points. Kitty Burger wants us to know that everyone in roller derby is a complete cinnamon roll. I love cinnamon rolls.
I do.
Every skater in roller derby makes me feel real warm and fuzzy in my heart.
They do. That's why I love my team so much.
Aww.
West Kentucky Rock and Rollers. Got to shout them out. And there's a great Apex jump, picking up 4 points for Scald Eagle. There's actually a bet on how many times I can mention my team this weekend on air.
Sarah Love is through on their initial pass as they have completed serving their penalty. Scald Eagle calls off the jam. I think she swung her hips around. She did. 4 points. 16 points for Denver Roller Derby. Now the high water mark for a single jam by a jammer, making effective work. Current score 136 points for Denver Roller Derby, 113 points VRDL, 18 minutes left in this game.
Just a 23-point game, setting up for jam number 9 of this half. Lady Trample, Lauren Foote, your jammers, and kind of stuck up in the corner right now, but there's an opening right there for Lauren. Tries to go through, but takes a shoulder from number 3, Copper Top Crush. Thank you.
Yes.
A nice little spin move, though, and Trample is through.
It was just enough of a gap with that hit to create that space that Trample needed to get lead jam.
Ziggy says, my junior team played West Kentucky last weekend. Hey, man, very glad that we have you on the stream.
That is the 7th lead jammer designation in a row for Denver. Another just mess of defense, just strong walls. Right in between the second turn and the straightaway.
And there is a high block onto Lauren Foote. This is another power jam for Lady Trample.
Lauren Foote is going to take a seat for 30 seconds. Lady Trample calling off the jam after putting up 4 points.
And sometimes that's what you need. You get your 4 points. Lauren Foote had just taken a seat, so now you're going to be able to start the next jam, get lead, get a fresh jammer out there, especially someone as amazing as Wilhelm, to start things off.
Yeah, Wilhelm had a great jam the last time that they were on the track. It's part of that strategy of roller derby for if we have any new skaters watching. That's a good thing. Strategy is cool.
Absolutely. And timeout is called by Denver.
All right. And we want to take a moment to call out You Can Play, a nonprofit based in Denver, an international nonprofit that promotes LGBTQ inclusion in sports. They have major partnerships with the NHL and MLS. We love You Can Play. You can check them out at www.youcanplayproject.org.
Another fun stat here. That is 7 lead jams in a row for Denver. That is the longest streak of the game for either team. You know, I do want to have a little shout out as well. I got this little thing in my hand. Can we switch that over? Got this little thing here. Oddfellows Beard Company, another one of the groups out here. I bought some stuff for my beard. It smells fantastic, and it makes it look really pretty.
I also
heard it makes it look fabulous.
I heard that it's real too, because there was a question whether the coloring.
Oh yes, the white
real.
Streak. As we're getting ready to get back going, we'll chat about that in just a second.
That's a chat for another time out. Scald Eagle with a power start for Denver Roller Derby. Some great offense being thrown right now. Eagles making some pretty quick work, but has been caught at the front of the pack. Just a little more stretching to go, though, before she'll get that out-of-play advantage.
Lauren Foote standing now. Still trying to just push through. Great defense as they kind of fall over each other, but lead goes over to Scald Eagle. That now makes 8 lead jams in a row.
Lauren Foote is back on the track, has re-engaged with Denver. Oh, a little bit of a collision, but it looks like everybody's okay so far.
That's good. Collisions happen in Derby.
A lot. We have had 6 lead changes this game, but Denver is starting to extend that lead change, the last one that they've had.
as Lauren Foote has made her initial pass now. Trying to get a little bit of offense. It looks like they're going to go ahead and call it, just waiting on the word from the coach. And that is going to finish it off with 3 points picked up for Denver.
Your current score, 143 points for Denver Roller Derby, 113 points for VRDL. 15 minutes left in this game as we close out our day 2 of Thin Air Throwdown.
It has been just a wild weekend so far. And like you said earlier, we still got one more day to go.
We still have a whole full day. 2 more very high-level games that are a preview for the WFTDA Championship in Montreal, Canada. Looks like Denver Roller Derby has scored every jam this half except for the first jam, and VRDL has been shut out for 7 jams in this half, and it looks like we have another lead jam designation for Denver as Midge Wilhelm is your lead jammer.
Stuck in the back still, Anna Pavey over. Got hit out just outside of turn number 2. Blocking out a play is called on a Victorian blocker. That is the Victorian jammer. And that is number 9, Lethal.
At the end of that jam, 4 points for Midge Wilhelm. Victoria did have a little bit of penalty trouble in that last jam. They had blockers going in and out despite the brevity of the length of the jam.
Our jammers, a new jammer enters the track. Number 151, Cotton, taking on Sarah
looks like
Love.
Sarah Love again. Sarah Love. And Cotton is doing a great job of trying to use the whole track, take advantage. Another Victoria penalty.
Oh, well, it looks like that one was actually assessed last jam.
And the box was full.
Yeah, there was nobody in the box. Cotton does pick up lead jam.
10 lead jams in a row for Denver Roller Derby. Cotton continues a streak, pushes that hip through that VRDL wall, puts up 4 points.
And a forearm penalty assessed on number 20, LaRage of Victoria.
Sarah Love threw on their initial pass, giving Cotton the opportunity to put up 8 points in that jam. We're starting to see a little bit of a separation occur. There's still 13 minutes left, though.
There's still plenty of time to come back. We've seen such wild swings, even in this game already, that nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible at all. That's part of the fun of roller.
It really is.
On the line, Lady Trample jamming for Denver. Number 07 jamming for Victoria. That is Spinach. Spinach had a couple of great jams in the middle of this game. So
terrible vegetable, amazing skater.
I like spinach. It's great in lots of things. I make a delicious spicy sausage and spinach pasta.
Spinach right there just rolling over. Lead jam picked up. I didn't catch who the skater was that she rolled on through. But a great spin move there by Lady Trample, stays in, and there is the initial pass.
And that ends the 10 jam lead jammer designation streak.
I was just going to ask how many that was.
Yeah, 10 in a row for Denver Roller Derby until Spinach, with that power that comes from lots of vitamins, made it through.
Ziggy, I respectfully disagree.
It is the best vegetable, Ziggy, even though I also really like asparagus. How dare you?
Chat is turning on me because I don't like spinach.
You're going to get a ton of office gifts of Kelly going, how dare you?
Somebody has assessed something there. Looks like it is on Gothberg.
Anna Paviova, lead jammer for VRDL. That is 2 lead jammer designations in a row for VRDL. After there's a little bit of a collision.
Yeah, Lady Trample there actually tried to play a little bit of defense, wanted to knock out Anna, and then possibly soul crush back, because we did have a block out of play there, assessed onto Andy, I believe?
Number 4-2,
4-2, Blackman. I was looking at 5-2.
Yeah, and it looks like Denver's getting into a little bit of penalty trouble right now. They're working to try to clear the box as Scald Eagle gets through on their initial.
Danny Darko there, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Danny Darko assessed at the end of the jam on a back block.
Your current score, 155 points for Denver Roller Derby, 120 points for VRDL, 10 minutes left. Curly Burley back on the track for VRDL. They had an exceptional jam, the one jam that they had in the first half. So I'm excited to see what they do in second half. Wilhelm jamming for Denver, and we're taking a timeout.
It is an official timeout, which, hey, gives us a chance to thank one of our amazing sponsors down at Spring 44 Distilling. Spring 44 vodka, honey vodka, gins, and whiskeys are the only American-made premium spirits created with Colorado Rocky Mountain artesian spring water from a private source. Taste pure Colorado spirit with Spring 44. Hey, we can go back to my beard. We were talking about that earlier. Right? I actually had one of the skaters from Rose City come up and ask me, hey, they said, hey, we were watching on the stream last night, and some of us have a question. Is your beard natural? It has this white streak in it. 100% natural, actually. I have vitiligo, which if you don't know what that is, it takes the pigment out of your skin. So I just, here and going down my neck, I don't have any pigment. So all that hair grows in white. And then I got a bunch of little white spots on my hands. A little hard to see, but
thank you for sharing that personal testimonial.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
It's important to learn about different, situations and causes like that. We can learn a lot from each other.
It looks like the jammer is going to be starting in the box. I'm not sure what the penalty was on that, but I guess that's what the official timeout was for, was to discuss all that. Wilhelm is your jammer for Denver.
This is a power start for Denver.
And Wilhelm kind of plowing over one of her own skaters. Plows through another skater from VLDR. Or VRDL. And Wilhelm picks up lead jam.
Wilhelm listening to her coaches as she comes around that first turn. We do have a number of VRDL skaters in the penalty box, but they all have just been released at the same time.
Yeah, so Anna Paviover is back out, has taken the star off her helmet, and going to put it right back on, though, as she has completed her initial pass.
Midge getting ping-ponged between Danny Darko and Bisexual. That's not a wall I want to be having to push apart. So that forces her to call off the jam. She puts up 6 points in that jam for Denver Roller Derby. Spinach back on the track. Very controversial vegetable, apparently.
I have no opinion one way or the other.
And Lady Trample jamming for Denver Roller Derby.
41-point difference now as Denver has the lead. We went over the last couple of times these two teams played each other, and it was all Victoria.
And another penalty on Spinach, a low block being assessed.
Oh, but we actually have both jammers have gotten penalties, so we're going on a 2-minute jam.
I think this is only our fourth 2-minute jam of the game. We're just having some fun sign language to talk about blocks.
I had a brain fart on what a signal was. It was like, wait, what was that? Never mind. They literally just called that. Yeah. Anyways, both skaters now have made their initial pass. We'll see who's going to be able to score more points, as we still are going to be going another minute 16, but there's already 4 on the board for Denver.
Unfortunately, the last 10 minutes have been very penalty heavy for Victoria Roller Derby League, and we're seeing that impacted in our score right now. It's going to be really interesting seeing how this momentum carries Montreal.
Oh! Excuse me, I didn't mean to yell, but that was...
Lots of hard hits right in the turns right now.
Akers with a nice clean hit there that did knock out Spinach.
This was the second 2-minute jam, the previous jam of the half. The 5th of the game in total, and this is the first jam that no lead was assessed to either team. Yeah.
Well, there was something that we talked about, especially in the first half. We really didn't see any but a couple of jammer penalties. Most of the penalties that we've been seeing have been a lot of blocker stuff, lots of multiplayers and things like that. As another 4 points picked up, 16 unanswered points for Denver.
And that does tie the high score for a single jam.
Spinach having a really hard time getting through the pack a second time. Did get all 4 points, though, but just never able to fully get through.
And now that's
2
18.
picked up on the end there.
Yeah, 18 points, the high jam mark for Denver Roller Derby.
And an official timeout has been called. 300 Suns is a head over heels in love with Longmont, Colorado, and the 300 days of sun we enjoy each year. The brewery offers a wide selection of craft beers and a comfortable tasting room that inspires good conversation with good friends. Thank you to 300 Suns Brewing for being out here this weekend.
That was
and one of the great
sponsors.
sponsors.
Sponsor call. I really liked that.
You know what? I learned a lot on how to use my voice. My Derby name is DJ Darkwing D. If you didn't know, I literally am a DJ. My day job is I work in radio.
Cool.
I run 4 radio stations in Paducah, Kentucky, at least the on-air side. So every now and again, I got to pull out that smooth, sexy voice.
I don't have a day job that asks for a soothing voice. So,
the referees, any idea what these referees are discussing?
I am not sure. It might be related to points. It might be related to penalties. We'll wait to see if we get a little bit of word.
We need some slow, sexy voice for Sunday's slow jams.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this right there. Oh, my God, those earrings.
Oh, yes, my earrings are chunky. I got them from @Thrifting and Thriving Co. on Instagram. Love them. And we're having a dance party now. Everybody loves some, I think this is Darude Sandstorm?
Yes, it is. It's even got me going.
This is just the third stoppage of play in this half, the 5th of the game overall, so we have to have a dance party when you take advantage.
I mean, to be fair, there should be a dance party before every jam. I think so.
I think that's a hallmark of the VRDL Denver relationship, too. They dance a lot on the track. It's fun.
It's one of those that they're playing so hard, which makes you think that they hate each other. But then they come to the Iron Octopus Fitness Jam line, as well as the Skate Rats Pivot line, just between those two, and just have a giant dance party on the floor.
Where else would you want to have a dance party? I don't know. Maybe they should just start jumping in the middle with the referees, and of course that might get somebody kicked out. Yeah, but, there's still conversation happening in the center of the track. So,
well, we do actually have a referee talking with the coaches as well, as you can see right there in the bottom right corner of your screen. We want to give a bit. Oh, he's playing the Jeopardy music. Big shout out as well to our DJ that we've had here all weekend.
Absolutely amazing.
That dude has been throwing out some bangers.
And some things I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
There were multiple points where I was sitting in the bleachers and was like, oh, I forgot how much I love this song.
Yeah, all weekend. He was even playing some Rush earlier. And I'm like, yeah, I'm all over that. I love me some old school progressive rock. We were talking earlier about one of the skaters when I was with Tchaikovsky. And we each had a skater out there with a name that had to do with one of the things that we really enjoy. For her, it was a Star Trek character. For me, it was Rink Floyd. And I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. And in fact, I have the Dark Side of the Moon tattoo on my forearm. So that was really cool. Really, since I've started Derby, that's I think one of the coolest things is just all the unique, awesome names that people come up with.
Absolutely. So Chesty LaRue is actually a reference to a Simpsons episode.
Really?
Max Power. When Homer decides he's going to change his name to Max Power and then suggests that Marge change her name to either Busty Sinclair or Chesty LaRue.
As soon as you mentioned Max Powers, it clicked in my head what is going on. DJ Agent Meow is his name, and yeah, he did all the Seattle games as well. He's here this weekend, and it's really awesome. So
much fun.
Yeah. He's really just
amazing.
He's kept the atmosphere really fun and light and just enjoying everything. Real quick, one other thing we want to talk to you about as well is Derby Without Borders. Check out Derby Without Borders. Absolutely. Check out derbywithoutborders.org. See how you can help support the growth of roller derby around the world.
They're dedicated to helping and growing roller derby around the world. Visit derbywithoutborders.org to see the great work that they're doing to supply equipment and support to those who need it and find out how you can help us. And we're going to see a great example of the power of support in a roller derby community once we get to Champs 2x4 roller derby from Argentina, qualifying for Champs. I mean, they skate under an overpass for their practices, so it's great to see when you get a little bit of support and lots of heart what a league can do. I'm excited to see them in Montreal.
Matt throwing it out that our camera person is amazing, as we had the puppy cam.
Everybody loves puppy cam.
Hold on.
We are getting some information
What was
now.
that? What was that? I got it. Okay. There was an expulsion there, an egregious back block. And I think we know what hit we're talking about right there.
Yes. Unfortunately, it did result in an expulsion.
Of Lethal.
Yes, Lethal has been removed from the game. We are back to contact a great hit by Scald Eagle to make Anna Pavyova recycle all the way back to the pack. There's some movement. Eagles trying to figure out what needs to happen next.
Eagle not made their initial pass yet.
Yeah.
That was actually just an opportunity to kill some time on the clock, as they do have a substantial lead at this point with just 6:17 on the clock.
Biceptual being sent to the penalty box for a multiplayer block. Anna Pavyova is the lead jammer right now.
And that is going to be a destruction call onto number 27, Gobrek. Great job by Scald Eagle. Yeah, like you were just about to say, just plowing through the line. And another penalty, Barrett with a blocking out of play.
We have a very full penalty box now.
I believe it was just an illegal hit. I don't believe it was out of play. But, that signal goes for a lot of different things.
Yeah. It looks like there are two blockers in the box for both teams as we get started. Lauren Foote jamming for VRDL, Wilhelm jamming for Denver Roller Derby. Just about 5 minutes left. Your current score, 183 for Denver, 128 for VRDL.
Pack is moving really, really fast. Almost staying in as Lauren Foote, but gets taken out. And Wilhelm takes the opportunity amongst the confusion to pick up lead jam for Denver. Looks like Lauren made her initial pass as well, as Slamazon is going to come back in. She was finishing out the penalty assessed to Lethal.
And number 27 for Denver also is cleared from the box, but I think we do finally have a clear penalty box, so both teams will start at full strength this time. It's been a little while.
It really
has been very penalty heavy the past 7 or 8 minutes or so. Andy jamming for Denver Roller Derby up against Anna Pavyova for VRDL. This is the fourth time that Anna has been on the jammer line for VRDL in 6 jams.
Anna doing a great job of staying in, using the one hand to just keep herself in. The one hand goes out. If two go out, you're out. But if one hand is only over the line, you're good to go. Makes a great move onto the outside. Passes one, but gets stopped up there by, I'm looking for a number.
A first catch by Copper Top Crush, and then Barrett, number 28, was able to finish the hit and recycle her back. There is a forearm penalty for Biceptual, I believe. Being sent to the penalty box. Andy is through on their initial pass, on their scoring pass now.
And that's going to be a back block onto, that was actually on Barrett.
Number 28, Andy almost through on their first scoring pass, has to recycle back to the first turn, just as Anna's being recycled back to the start line.
Yeah, Thorne's doing a good job of going way back. Now being brought back by number 505, Wierzbinski.
Lots of recycling from both packs. Andy threw on their first scoring pass. 4 points for Denver Roller Derby.
Meanwhile, it looks like Slamazon went through. That is another illegal contact hit as timeout has been called by Victoria.
All right. We are almost at the end of our game. Let's do one more shout out for You Can Play Nonprofit. You Can Play is a Denver-based international nonprofit that promotes LGBTQIA plus inclusion in sports. Their major partnerships include the NHL and the MLS. We love them. You can check them out at youcanplayproject.org.
Yeah, they're a really great organization. I can't say I know a whole lot about them. This weekend was actually the first time that I'd heard about them. And listened to the stream and our live broadcast as well for the House Mics. Been able to learn a lot about this group and just how amazing they are. And especially, and it's really nice to see, some of the traditional sports such as MLS, Major League Soccer, NHL, hockey, using a group like this to help bring inclusion not only to a sport like roller derby, but to your more traditional sports as well.
Inclusion is important. Visibility is
Absolutely.
important. We hope that we're helping to shed some light on some great causes and great organizations as we continue to chat. Lady Trample on the line for Denver Roller Derby. It looks like number 11, Sarah Love, on the line for VRDL. And there is an official timeout being called.
All right, well, they're going to work things out, and they have already worked things out.
Sometimes
that was
you
quick.
just need a few more seconds for conversation, right?
And we'll get things back going. Under 3 minutes to go, 191 to 132 in favor of Denver Roller Derby.
Derby Without Borders, a shout out. Awesome at RollerCon. Thank you, Athena Latina. She mentioned that they were taking people's old gears after they bought new kits at the skate shop, and that she hopes that they do it again next year.
We're actually, they are taking donations here this weekend as well, I believe.
Yes. Make sure that you give a little cash if you've got it, or a little support if you don't.
Sarah Love makes it through. Lead jam picked up for Victoria. Lady Trample makes her initial, as it looks like Thorne's going to the box. Going to take a seat for 30 seconds.
A little bit of a foot race.
No pass, no penalty is called. 3 points for Sarah Love. 4 points, though, for Lady Trample.
We are in some sprints right now. I think this is why they make us do that 27-5 mark for when we have to do the laps over and over again. Sarah Fitch able to sneak around that Denver braced wall, puts up 4 points for VRDL.
I think I'm one of the few skaters that doesn't mind 27-5.
Oh, I am a blocker, so I hate it.
See, I jam a lot, I run a lot, so...
I like my feet firmly planted and digging into the ground, personally.
And that's going to be another 4 points picked up for Sarah Love. That is 11 this jam. 4 for Denver. 45 seconds left on the jam. 1:35 on the clock for the game. Sarah is down, and Barrett falling down on top of her.
And Trample is trying to push apart Bianca Charetta and Bisexual.
Trample has actually taken the star off. Not going to be scoring points right here. Interesting move here. I wonder if this is just a matter of just killing some time, really, and just tiring out Victoria, as there's not really enough time to make up this gap.
Right. And Sarah Love is in control of this jam right now. Mm-hmm. This will be what appears to be a 19-point jam for Sarah Love, the largest single jam of the game.
I would not expect anything less from Sarah.
A wonderful jam for Sarah Love.
I hope I'm not coming off like some creepy fan.
We like to appreciate great gameplay. It is gameplay focused. There are so many wonderful players on the track at any given time during our tournament. And I am actually, Matt, thinks that your love for Sarah is adorable.
It really is.
It is Scald Eagle, who is your lead jammer for Denver Roller Derby.
And as we go, obviously, we have only 5 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be the final jam. 1:40 left. We are in the middle of a power jam right now as well. Good opportunity for Denver to go ahead and score a few more points. Great block right there by number 99, Akers. Opens up the hole and lets Scald Eagle through.
Denver over the 200-point mark in this game.
Spinach standing. Spinach back on the track, coming in fast and furious, but does get stopped up by a big wall for Denver. Meanwhile, Scald Eagle has picked up another 4 points, gonna call it, and that is the game. Denver Roller Derby with, in my opinion, the upset.
The first time they've ever beat Victoria Roller Derby League in 5 years. This is going to be really interesting if they carry this momentum into Montreal.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling that our championship this year for the WFTDA is going to be a real special one for the books.
It is going to be absolutely wild. And waiting on the official score, there it is, your final official score. Denver Roller Derby with the win, 206 to 151.
Well, Darkwing, I've had a lovely time chatting with you.
Thank you very much. I thought we worked really well together, Rue. And when I'm back up here in 2 weeks for B Champs,
do it all over
really hope
again.
that I get to work with you again. Real quick before we do sign off, once again, a big shout out to my team back home, the West Kentucky Rock and Rollers. A year ago, I walked in, just talked about sponsorship stuff. They said, hey, we don't have an announcer. They can't make it. You talk for a living. Would you like to do this for us? And I said, yeah, sure. Here I am a little over a year later, being invited to big tournaments like this, like B Champs in 2 weeks. And I couldn't have done it without the love and support of my team back home. So thank you guys very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
To you and to Denver Roller Derby with a win for the weekend. We still have one more full day of games tomorrow to go. We'll see you tomorrow. My name is Chesty LaRue.
And my name is DJ Darkwing D. My final call on the stream for the weekend. Thank you so much for having us. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Thin Air Throwdown 2019.